and I'm back again with another episode with another chapter of my alumni stories that I do every week at TMUC Talks. And this is something that I do because I myself am an alumni, and today I have with me an alumni, a recent graduate from TMUC Lahore, Maha Asad. Welcome, Maha. We are so pleased to have you today on this conversation. So, please, Maha, I want you to introduce yourself to the audience.
Hello, my name is Maha. Last year, I graduated from TMUC in the program of Fashion and Textiles from UCA London.
Okay, that's wonderful. Welcome, Maha. So, Maha, let's just start this conversation. I just really want to know for one thing right now that how was the TMUC fashion degree for you? How did it turn out? Like, how did you like it?
The experience was wonderful, as with TMUC we have learned a lot of skills, and it has made us professional. And now I'm for my brand as well. It was a wonderful experience.
Okay, that's great. So you have started your brand. So let's just talk about it. Okay, what was the inspiration behind it? And before we get there, I want you to tell me why did you choose fashion?
Honestly, not a fashion or art student before doing. My
Okay.
mother wanted me to become a fashion designer, and so she is behind this all. She motivated me to do this degree.
Okay, so what was her vision? Why did she want you to become the fashion designer? Let's just talk about that because normally what happens is parents, but obviously the times are changing, but parents stop their kids from going towards these art degrees and these design degrees. They prefer more technical degrees. They would want their kids to be into business, into engineering, into medical. But I love it when somebody tells me that their parents wanted them to go for this field because I'm one of those students who was actually motivated and convinced by my dad that you have to study fashion and there's a lot of scope, etc., etc. So I love it when somebody relatable is there. So what was your mom's vision for wanting you to do this fashion degree?
Actually, she also wanted to become a fashion designer, but she was married and then she had kids, so she didn't had the time to pursue her dreams. Now she in forced me to become a fashion designer and to fulfill her dream.
Okay. So then again, my question is, this is something you are because it's not your choice entirely, right?
But
Okay.
I think
So what?
I wanted to become. Sorry. Hello.
This is exactly what I was going to ask. So what would you have chosen if not fashion?
When I went to TMUC for admission, I went there for business degree, and my father was along with me. Then, over there, ma'am, I just don't remember her name. She asked me that why you want to do the business degree, because it's a very dry subject, and I don't think so. A girl should choose business. So why you don't try fashion degree? And we're starting the fashion degree in TMUC. So I just remembered that my mother also wanted me to do fashion. So then I just.
You took admission there. But sometimes I'm so glad that you have started your own brand, which we are going to exactly talk about it because I'm really excited to know more and more about it. And I love it when our alumni start when they turn into entrepreneurs. So this is something that I really love talking about. But see, Ma, the thing is, it's a creative field, right? So if you're not fully
Yeah.
into it with your own heart, do you think you can excel? Or what is your take on this thing? Like you were here not by your choice, but you're here to fulfill your mother's dreams. But do you think that you're excelling in it as good as other people who come here with full passion and with full zest?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
I think Maha is having some issues with the internet. Maha, we really hope that everything's fine with you. Will you please reconnect?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, can you
Sorry,
hear
I
me?
cannot hear you.
So, Maha and I were talking about how important it is to be passionate about this issue. So, Maha, are you with us right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I think you missed what I said previously, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I was just asking, I was saying that you know how entrepreneurs, our alumni who turn into entrepreneurs really impress me. They make me happy, and I really love talking about their ventures and their businesses. But before I get on with your clothing line, I really want to ask, since it's a creative field, and you know your devotion, because that is something all about art when you're into the design degree. If you're not fully into it, do you think you can excel? What is your take on that? Because there are people who fight for this degree. As I said earlier, there are people who are very artistic, and then there are people like yourself that who want to pursue it because their parents want to do it, or because and in some cases they want to continue the family business, so that's why they have to go for a specific course. So I want you to tell me what's your take on this thing. Like, do you think it's justified not being fully into it but still being in that field? Hello. I think we have lost Maha once again. Maybe this is a very tricky or a very disturbing question that even the internet connection doesn't want her to answer. But let's just see what happens next. So let's just wait for Maha's connection to get a little stable before we continue further with our discussion here about being in this creative field. Maha is someone that I know by name, and the department told me that she was one excellent student, and the portfolios were amazing, and she really got to learn something really exciting from the course because as you guys all know that there wasn't any uh, real motivation behind it. She was just here to fulfill her mother's desires, dreams that she has to become a fashion designer. But besides that, besides being fully into it, she's still excelling very well. And to start a clothing brand after that was something, you know, I really loved about it, and that is why she's here live with me. Um, I'm still waiting for her to get back because there's a disturbance somewhere. Um, so I really am upset because this is embarrassing. Fashion degrees are interesting fields to study. There's a lot of you know mental growth there as well because when you study art and design, you get to learn about art history, you get to learn about design history, you get to know about different elements, and that actually brings about a discipline in you as a person as well because uh, as we are progressing day by day, there are advancements being made. So you know the concept of sophistication is being highlighted, and that when you practice that thing as a designer, that gets into your personality. This is something that I've learned in my course of academics when I was in the design when I was a design student, when I was a fashion student, and obviously there you get to learn about other prospects as well. So this is what I was going to talk to Maha about, how that thing has changed her, how there was this emotional and mental growth in terms of design, because design is very psychological and a very technical thing to you know study. It's sometimes it gets really emotionally connected with you because when you go for inspirations and motivations for something to create anything, um, it gets to you, it gets really heavy. So I am checking with Maha once again. I don't know where she has gone. She said that she'll be right back. Mm, is there anyone else that can help us with it? Or maybe we might have to wind this up because our guest speaker is not here, and this is something that I get really concerned about because it's very one disturbing, two embarrassing, obviously, and three, I really don't want people to miss out on the conversations that we have with our alumni. Because there's a lot of learning, and I want people to know the stories there. Oh, okay. So I think we've got her. Hello, Maha. Welcome back.
Sorry, ma'am. The internet so poor.
It's all right. It's completely fine. I hope it's stable now. Is it sorted?
Yeah, I have connected my LTE with my laptop.
Okay, that's. I hope that works because you cannot say anything about it. Okay, I think there's going to be this decreased speed of conversation right now. So, Maha, are you good now? Can we continue with the rest of the session?
Yes, ma'am.
What were we saying? Like, I think we still missed out that. So, let's just skip it. Or do you have anything to say
Okay.
about it?
Ma'am, I cannot hear you properly.
Okay.
Hello?
Can you? Is it audible now? Can you hear me now?
Sorry, what did you just said?
I said I've asked that question twice from you. Do you still have something to say about it? Because there's been this constant interruptions.
Ma'am, sorry, I just didn't listen you asked me before.
Okay, it's okay. We'll get back to that later. So let's just talk about your brand. So what is it called and what is the vision behind it? Like tell me everything about the clothing brand that you have started.
My brand name is and Masha is about the apparel collection. Includes ready to wear along with prints and embroidered silhouettes. And the vision behind my brand is that when every woman wear her clothes, they feel confident, proud, accepted, and empowered.
Okay, this is something that everybody says about their brand, but what is that one thing that makes it unique? I want that. I want to know about that.
I just want to like work with something new. Right now, I'm just
Okay.
working on my brand, and I'm just confused at like I should work on Western wear or I should work on Eastern wear because everyone is like working on both. But I want to like bring something new so that everyone just gets attracted to my brand and
Okay. So like you're trying to incorporate you're trying to make a fusion out of it. That's what you're trying to say. Okay,
yes.
that's wonderful. And how is the response? Like, how old is your brand?
I just started it last year, and
Okay.
like I'm still working on it, and inshallah, this year it will come in process.
Okay, that's wonderful, and best of luck for that. And we really hope that
Thank you so
it
much.
flourishes and it gives you a very good outcome. So, how was the beginning? Because normally it's just not that easy to start a brand from scratch and to have it out there to put it
It's
out there. So,
been
how
really
was
very
the
hard.
response? How was the process?
It is actually really very hard to start from zero at your own, and it is also very challenging for you. But I think that TMUC also has provided us so many opportunities that we went to industrial trips where we have seen how this process goes through, and I think that has helped us in like developing our skills as well. So
So okay, I get it completely. So you're doing right now, you're working with prints or you're working with embroideries as well because doing that side by side is very difficult. So
Yes.
what's your strategy right now? You're going just with prints right now?
Yeah, I just want to go with prints right now because right now I think I should work on Western wear.
Hmm.
So yeah, prints.
Okay, so I would have asked you this question, but since the story here is quite different, my question would have been, why should one pursue a degree in fashion?
Because fashion is like something really very vast, and there's I don't know.
You don't know exactly. That's why I'm saying I would have asked it otherwise, because I did not know that you weren't here on your own because you were here for your mom's dreams, not because you wanted to be a designer. So, but yes, coming back to this, I hope this time we don't get interrupted because of your internet connection.
Uh,
Um, a
Ma'am,
little bit of
your
previous.
voice is going.
Oh my God. Okay, let's just skip this part. I will not ask this question. I think the
Hello,
internet will like this question. Can you hear
hello,
me? Hello.
hello.
Maha, can you hear me? I think you lost me again because everything is fine here. I'm checking it on and off.
Yes, now I can hear you.
Okay. Okay, so
Right.
Maha, before we wind up our session, hello.
Ma'am, I cannot hear you. Sorry, I cannot hear you.
It's okay, Maha. It's completely fine. I think we will just wind it up here and we will be back with another interesting alumni story. I really am upset about the fact that I could not finish with Maha because of our internet connection. And but yes, we have this one takeaway that she is here, even though she did not choose this, but she still excelled and she started her own clothing brand, which is something very good because, as I said earlier, people making business out of their skills and their education is something extraordinary. Not everybody does that, so we need to incorporate that mindset more and more and more in our youth, especially that they don't have to just grow and get a degree just to get a job. They have to make money out of it. They have to be very sellable as well. So, with this note, I will end this live session right now. It was lovely speaking to you, Maha, and we'll be back next week with another alumni story. Bye, everyone.